What's up guys, Bearded Jeeper here, and today we're going to fix up these busted Harbor Freight stands, and we are going to make it so I can work on the rear axle once again. Okay guys, so for those of you who didn't see my update video I did a while back on Project Ziptie, these Harbor Freight stands, they're like, I wouldn't call them jack stands, they're more like Sawhorses. They failed on me big time. Now one of the reasons these failed on me is because they're just these pressed horrible particle board, and it just doesn't hold up over time. And especially, I don't think they meant these to ever be kept out in the rain and the weather. So today we're gonna try to fix this and get this back up on a level working surface so I can actually get some work done on this rear axle. So the plan is, we have this nice big long pressure treated hunk of wood. I'm gonna chop this in half, put half on one stand, half on the other, and we got the engine hoist here. My buddy Eric was nice enough to lend me so I can get the axle up so I can actually attach these and then lower it back down onto it. This should hold it up plenty well. I think it's a 4x4 or something like that. First I gotta get all this cleaned up. I got a bunch of junk over here to make room for the new truck and everything. Alright, so I got the axle out of the way enough where it's kind of just hanging there right now, but I think I should be able to now cut the board and screw it into place and then set everything back on top. Hopefully all the weight's off the axle. I can move it around by hand, so if I need to maneuver it a little bit to get it on top of the stands once I fix them, should work. Measure that about 4'6". This is a 9-foot long board, so cut it in half, and half should fit on each pretty well. And hopefully this saw blade that's pretty chewed up can chew through this wood enough. If not, I think I have another blade, but I'm gonna try to make this one work. That almost hit the camera. So, dull saw blade for the win. It didn't cut it too great, but good enough for what I need. That's just barely enough. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's hanging down below just a little bit. I'm thinking I can just drive them down a little bit further in, even if I have to drill a hole and countersink it. Should be able to get it in enough. I mean, it's really just got to sit on top of these. Really just has to sit on top. I mean, the weight can be held. It's been sitting on those little tiny metal pieces for weeks. It's only the wood that gave out, and I'm not afraid. I don't think that wood is gonna give out at all, so let's see what we can do, even if it's wrong. So in theory, I'm thinking I can just kind of set these here, at least for now. Don't worry about that, cutting that off in a little bit. But they really don't need to be bolted down necessarily. I mean, I'd like to eventually, but until I get some longer screws, I think I can just set it on top of there. It'll help hold the board down too. I don't know, what's the worst that can happen? I don't know if you guys can see that, but I got the one side further over here. I got that on the boards. The side's up a little. As I let it down slowly, I'm going to try to push this other end over, and I think it should sit on there. May have to do some adjusting after, but at least hopefully we'll have it up there. All right, so we got this one sitting nice, level, flush. This one should be that way, but we keep coming, this one, the front part is really loose. I gotta tighten these bolts up here, and I hope that'll stop it from wiggling like that, and then I can put the board back on, and it should sit level. It was just sitting at such of an angle, didn't like the way it was sitting, and that's a heavy axle. All right, so that's way more better. It really tightened these up. That barely wiggles now, so I should be able to set the other board on top and we should be all set. Should be good to let down the leg. I think she's solid. I think it's gonna hold. So that was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. That took a lot out of me, but as you can see, we got it on the stand. We got it all squared away. We got it set up on these stands. It's nice and solid up here. It's not moving, it's not going anywhere. I am going to get some longer screws and just drill down through here, or maybe a bolt or something, just to make this a little bit more solid, but that should hold. These boards aren't going to give way like this crappy other stuff did. I mean, I don't know what that was really going to hold up. Come on. Especially once it got wet, it just crumbled apart with the weight of the axle on it. But yeah, I'm super happy to get this finally up off the ground again. Guys, that's it. I just wanted to give you a quick little video. I wanted to get this done, something accomplished on the Jeep. I have been working on the frame stiffeners on Project Ziptie a little bit. I have one side of the mids. You can see that on my Instagram. A link in the description below if you want to check out Instagram. I'll post more updates there. I got one side welded in, not the greatest welds, but it's gonna hold. Got to get the other side and then the rear stiffeners done. Then I'll finally be able to get this axle under the Jeep and start getting it all mocked up. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're not already. As always guys, stay bearded, stay Jeepin'. I'm out.